Some of the healthiest businesses I've worked with don't have the biggest teams. They don't have the biggest budgets, and they definitely don't have everything figured out. But they do tend to have a few things in common. So in this video, I want to walk you through 5 signs of healthy small business, because if you're trying to grow your business, understanding what healthy looks like is often far more useful than constantly focusing on what's wrong. Hi, I'm Marie from Next Steps for Business, and I help small business owners work smarter, earn more, and build calmer and more confident businesses. And today we're looking at 5 signs of a healthy small business. Now, before we get started, healthy doesn't mean perfect. Every business has its challenges. Every business has areas that could be improved. But after working with hundreds of small businesses over the years, there are some common characteristics that I see again and again in the businesses that are performing well and moving forward in the right direction. Let's start with sign number 1. Sign number 1, they know their numbers. One of the biggest differences I see between healthy businesses and struggling businesses is confidence in decision making. And often that confidence comes from understanding the numbers. Now, before you think this is just an accountant talking about spreadsheets, the numbers aren't always financial numbers. Yes, healthy business owners understand their sales and their profit and their cash flow. But they also understand the numbers behind those results. They know how inquiries are generated. They know roughly how many of those inquiries become customers. They know which activities generate the best opportunities. In other words, they understand the engine that powers the business, because when you understand what's happening in the business, you're far less reliant on guesswork, and that makes decision making much easier. Sign 2, they attract new opportunities consistently. The second sign of a healthy business is constant visibility. One thing I've noticed over the years is that healthy businesses don't stop marketing when work starts coming in. In fact, they're often remarkably consistent. They continue networking, they continue creating content, they continue building relationships, they continue asking for referrals. The exact activity varies from business to business, but the consistency remains. They understand that today's marketing activity often creates next month's inquiries and future sales after that. And because they keep showing up, they avoid that feast and famine cycle that so many businesses experience. Sign 3, they have simple systems that save time. Healthy businesses don't reinvent the wheel every day. They have systems and processes that support the way they work. Now, this doesn't mean complicated manuals and endless paperwork. In fact, some of the best systems are incredibly simple. It's a checklist or a template, or a documented process, a basic automation. What matters is that there's consistent ways of doing things. One thing I see regularly is that healthy businesses make it easier to do things the right way. The result is usually less stress, far fewer mistakes, and more time available for higher value work. Sign 4, they focus on the right priorities. One thing I've noticed about healthy businesses is that they don't necessarily do more. Quite often they do less, but they're usually doing the right things. Many business owners find themselves pulled in lots of different directions. A new opportunity appears. A new piece of software promises to solve all their problems. A new trend starts getting attention. And before long, they're trying to do everything. Healthy businesses tend to be different. They're often clearer on what they're not focusing on right now. They understand that every opportunity comes with a cost. Time spent on one thing can't be spent elsewhere. So they focus their energy on the activity that moves the business closer to its goals. Because growth rarely comes from doing more things. It usually comes from doing the right things consistently. Sign 5, they create capacity for growth. And finally, healthy businesses create time to improve. One of the biggest misconceptions in business is that growth comes from working more hours. In my experience, that's rarely the case. Healthy businesses create space to work on the business and not just in it. Of course, every business owner needs to spend time delivering the work. That's just part of running the business. But healthy businesses also create time to step back. They review what's working. They improve systems and processes. They think about future goals and priorities. And they look for opportunities to make the business stronger over time. Because if every hour is spent delivering today's work, there's very little opportunity to improve tomorrow's results. And I think that's one of the most important signs of a healthy business. The good news is that healthy businesses aren't built overnight. And they certainly aren't built by getting everything right. They're built through small improvements made consistently over time. So if you've listened to these 5 signs and realised there are areas that you'd like to strengthen, don't try to tackle everything all at once. Instead, identify the one area that would make the biggest difference for your business and start right there. Because business growth is rarely about doing everything. It's about taking the right next step. If you'd like some help identifying where your business is already strong and where there might be opportunities for improvement, I've created a free business growth health checklist. You'll find the link in the description below. And if you found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, well done for taking some time to work on your business and not just in your business with me today. See you on the next one.